Hey, Krista.
Hey girl, we are back.
We're back for the last and final 12 pods of Christmas. How are you feeling?
I'm excited but sad. This is the last one for 2023, and we are going to take a little hiatus from our listeners until the new year. So I'm kind of already missing everybody.
Me too, but we'll have lots of exciting things for the listeners once we return. So it's all good. It's all good.
Yeah. So I'm thinking that the way to end the year, it would be to talk about our favorite topic, which is New Year's Eve.
Is it our favorite topic?
No, I'm being sarcastic.
That's funny.
So that's a good segue into my first question, which is, do you love or hate New Year's Eve?
I think when I was younger, I liked it more. But as I grow old and grouchy, just joking, I just couldn't care less. Truly, I don't really care about it. What about you?
Yeah, I think I'm definitely neutral about it. I hate what society's pressuring you to feel about New Year's Eve and the way that you celebrate it. I feel like there's a judgment in how you celebrate New Year's Eve, and you have to do a certain thing to be considered celebrating it properly. But I also feel like New Year's Eve could be something I look forward to if I could do it in the way that I wanted. So for a few years, I've been like, I don't want to be here where I am for New Year's Eve. I want to be somewhere else for New Year's Eve, and I will get there one day, but I haven't yet. But I need to recreate my tradition for New Year's Eve.
Like summer warm?
It doesn't have to be, because it doesn't have to be. I have thought about somewhere tropical, but I could be in London and celebrate New Year's Eve. I could be in Spain. I don't think it necessarily matters, but I need to recreate it of being like, I'm on a vacation, experiencing a new vibe, a new energy to kind of really get me excited about New Year's Eve.
Got it. That makes sense. So do you, when you then
talking about creating new traditions?
Yeah.
Let's talk about how we normally celebrate New Year's Eve.
Yeah. For me, I would say the last, I don't even remember, maybe 7 years now. I don't go out. I stay in my house. I usually, I order Chinese food, and I will eat Chinese food and love it. I will celebrate it earlier with my kids because they're very young, and then put them to bed. And then I'll probably stay up till 10 and be like, all right, Happy New Year. I'm going to bed. Staying up till midnight. Are you kidding me? I got two young kids. No way. Or I'll invite a few friends over, and then they'll either crash here or they'll go home or something like that. But definitely something small, something in my house, and always Chinese food is involved.
I love Chinese food for New Year's Eve.
Yes, absolutely. What about you?
I would say for the last few years, I've been spending it with family, but I think last year I didn't even celebrate New Year's Eve at all. I was like, I'm not interested, at all.
Yeah, I just went to bed.
Yeah, I don't even remember if I stayed up or what. I mean, it's hard for me to say if I went to bed because as somebody who suffers from insomnia, I technically don't ever go to bed. So I don't remember. It's a blur.
Gotcha. So what are you going to do this year?
I don't even know. I mean, I feel like Christmas is coming at lightning speed. I'm not sure. I may spend it with family this year.
Yeah.
Because, I think it's important right now for my family to be together, but I don't know. We'll see. I'm not getting on a plane. I know that for sure.
Yeah. Gotcha.
And we will do the sparkling champagne and the party hats, and we'll watch the ball drop and have a little celebration with a little music. Definitely some kind of food that we ordered in. So it's nice.
Yeah. Nice, in your own house or your family's house, and just low key.
Yeah, but there's pressure for it not to be low key, right? There's pressure. What are you wearing for New Year's? You need to do your outfit for New Year's. You need to post it on social media. You need to let people know where you are. You need to tag the place. You need to show all the friends that you have and how much fun you're having.
Yeah, absolutely. And like I feel like the stores, like the clothing stores started to like promote their like holiday and like New Year's Eve outfits like back in November. So they're already hyping it then.
Mm-hmm.
And then I saw some things like online be like, come to New Year's Eve party, come to this. It's like they're already hyping it like so early now. It's just like, oh my gosh. But I agree. Like they make it so big of a deal. And truthfully, like I feel like a lot of the time it's a disappointment because if you get anywhere, it's busy, it's crowded, it's expensive, and are you having fun? I don't know. So, yeah, I agree. Stay inside.
Same. Like I don't feel obligated to go out in any capacity, and I literally have no FOMO.
Yeah,
I couldn't.
No, neither. No, neither. Absolutely. But like when I lived downtown in my 20s, I 100% went out to the bars. I even went to Nathan Phillips Square, which was like a mistake. Like, oh my gosh. And all the bars were like so busy. I'm pretty sure you had to pay a cover at some of them to get in. It's like, what the heck?
Yeah.
But like the atmosphere is amazing. Like once you're there. But then like trying to like get home is like super fun too because it's so busy.
Ooh, that's a good call out when you go out for New Year's Eve. Like you either have to figure out how you're getting home because you're going to be drinking. So who's the designated driver or how you're going to get home and how long is it going to take you to get home because everybody will be trying to get a cab or an Uber and potentially that could like drive up like prices because there's like more demand than there is supply. So like that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
I forgot how much that sucked.
Yeah, exactly.
Do you make any New Year's resolutions?
I feel like in my younger years I did. Now I don't. I feel like I'm sounding like such a party pooper. But I don't now. Maybe I should. Do you?
I would say that I don't necessarily wait until like December 31st to decide what I want my next year to be. I think in like the last quarter of the year, I'll kind of reflect on like what I want to evolve into the new year. And it's not necessarily tied to New Year's Eve. But I think even when you and I talk about the podcast, we've already been talking about 2024 and what, Q1 is going to look like and what we want as growth for the podcast. So I would say, yes, I make resolutions or plans for growth, but they're not necessarily for like activation on like January 1st. Per se, right? Other than the fact like this is what's going to happen in 2024 and making plans. I mean, maybe it'll be like, yes, after Christmas, I'll go back to the gym because Christmas dinners, Christmas food just throws you off your plan. So maybe in that sense, I'll be like, yes, this is a good time to like reset.
Yeah.
But everything else is up for negotiation.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Like on January 1st, when you wake up, does it feel like when it's your birthday, like do you wake up and be like, it's a new year? Like when you wake up when you're a kid, you're like, it's my birthday. Or you're like, oh, cool. But I get a Monday off.
Yeah. No, obviously I don't feel like that. Like when it's your birthday or Christmas or something else, like it's an amazing feeling. But no, New Year's Day is just New Year's Day. I usually, because New Year's Day, usually nothing is open. Like the stores aren't open on that day, from what I remember. So usually, honestly, at that point,
Rabba's always open.
I usually what's always open?
Rabba.
Oh yeah, that's in downtown Toronto. We don't have one in the suburbs. But every day I usually like.
What do you mean?
Oh really? No, we don't have one where I live. I like tidy up my Christmas decorations like that day. So like, ooh, it's done. Christmas holidays is done. We're in the new year. Closing that chapter.
Oh, so you're like on it.
Yeah. Are you shocked?
Sometimes. You shock me sometimes.
What about you? What do you do on New Year's Day? And how do you feel when you wake up?
It doesn't feel like a different day. Just feels like an extra day off. I do struggle with putting the right year though for a while.
Yeah.
Though this year, ironically, I kept wanting to write 2024 instead of 2023. So there's something weird. There's something. So I'm probably going to want to write 2025 next year.
Like you're already living in the future.
Yeah. Well, again, I think it's tied to our conversations and strategy for 2024 that I am always living in the future.
Yeah. Well, I feel like a lot of people are living in the future. They're planning for, the holidays. They're planning for New Year's Eve. They're planning for, the future. They're planning for the future. So that makes sense.
Yeah, and I think that that's something that's either conditioned with you as just being a planner or even in your corporate work life. Like you're either reflecting on the past, being like, okay, this was good that I did, this was bad, I need to fix that. And then you're like making the steps towards the future. And then as a result, you are never in the present.
Yeah.
Nobody's ever living in the moment.
Yeah. It's hard. It's hard to live in the moment.
Which is horrible because I think a lot of stress and anxiety and depression comes from what you feel like your life is supposed to be in the future and you're not there.
Yeah. Yep. That's valid.
Maybe 2020 will be the year that I actually conquer meditation.
Oh, you'll have the Gilas I waited.
Do you have any one thing that you would like to explore or conquer in 2024, even though you're not a resolution girl?
Conquer. That's a interesting word. Yeah, probably just my personal growth. Good one. My personal learning growth. Let's say that.
Yeah.
And trying to be a present mother for my 2 kids, whack job kids.
Yeah. Not personality.
Oh my gosh. It's a good question though. But yeah, just trying to focus on me and my learning and my development. That's probably what we try to achieve in 2024.
Yeah. I think that's a great goal.
Thanks. What about you? Anything other than meditation?
I don't want to say growth because I usually have goals every year, but I think I'm going to continue to lean into what I decided for 2023 was that I'm not going to be so tied to validation from others in terms of how I feel about myself or how I feel I'm being productive in society. I was very much tied to needing that validation, and it caused me a lot of stress and anxiety in like work or even personal relationships. And now that I've kind of let that go or tried to let that go in 2023, I want to continue doing that in 2024.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah. It's detrimental. The more that you look at progression over perfection is the more that you can like go forward and not be worried about what other people think, because who cares?
Yeah, that's valid. That's valid. So you mentioned that you watch the ball drop during New Year's Eve. Like, do you watch it when it's like filmed in Times Square?
Yes. So we don't we don't watch the whole thing, but we'll probably tune in maybe 5 minutes before so that we watch the countdown.
Like, I can't, like, I'm sure if you're one of those, million people gathered in New York City, Times Square to watch the ball drop, it's an amazing experience. But like, that's a long time. Like, A, it's freezing outside. B,
and crowded.
Outside it's freaking crowded. You're outside for hours,
standing.
Like, what if you have to pee? What if you need to eat? Like, I just feel like the logistics for that would like stress me out.
Same. I actually hate crowds, which is why I don't do a lot of like outside going outedness, because if something's really crowded, it will give me anxiety. The only times where it doesn't is in a concert where I'm like tuning out everybody and I'm just like vibing with the music, but I can't. Crowds freak me out.
Like, I rather like put me at a restaurant, overlooking Times Square inside or something like that. There, not like in it,
That's such a good idea. You're spectating, but you're not participating.
Exactly. But yeah, I always wonder, I'm like, okay, so now it's midnight and all those people are like celebrating and so happy and kissing each other, blah, blah, blah. But it's like, can you imagine, like we said, like how long it takes them to get home?
Well, that's and it's so anticlimactic because like that's it. And then as soon as the ball drops and it's Happy New Year, all the cameras go down, the lights go off, and then you just got to leave.
Exactly. With everyone else.
It's better to go to a party because it doesn't stop at midnight.
Yeah, true. Exactly. Too funny. Yeah. Around 1 million people gather in New York City's Times Square to watch the ball drop. 1 million people. Oh, good luck getting
Times Square. Yeah, seriously. Yes. The subways must be crowded as fuck.
Terribly.
I mean, you can't traffic is a problem outside of New Year's Eve. Nobody's trying to get into a cab on New Year's Eve.
Exactly.
There's no way.
Exactly. Oh my gosh. Can you imagine the rates too?
Well, yeah, that's a whole other issue. Which is why it stands to reason to just celebrate at home or in a hotel overlooking all of the melee and just, participating by proxy.
Yeah, exactly. There was one time, which was really fun, back in my younger years. I went to Dave & Buster's for New Year's Eve.
Ooh.
Oh, it was amazing. It was amazing because I think they had a promotion that was like all the games were free. So you just played all night long and it was so fun.
That sounds like fun, yeah. Oh, the good old days.
Right? But yeah, I will definitely be at home with my Chinese food. I'll celebrate with my kids early, very early, and I'll put on the little hats for them and everything like that. And I'll find something on YouTube and we'll do the countdown and then they'll go to bed and then I'll probably stay up to my normal time and then go to bed.
Well, everybody's New Year's Eve is their own tradition and there's no wrong way to celebrate New Year's Eve. But for our listeners, we want to hear what they're doing for New Year's Eve, what their traditions are, what they are taking with them into 2024 and what they're leaving behind in 2023. I think hearing about other people's traditions and the ways they celebrate can definitely give us new ideas of looking at New Year's Eve and new ways to celebrate going forward. So for our listeners, as always, if you like what you're hearing, definitely give us a rating if you haven't already. If you want to hear us continue record these episodes so you always have something to listen to, make sure to follow or subscribe on the streaming platform in which you listen to our episodes. And we are heavy on the socials and we interact. So please, if you don't already follow us, shoot on over and follow us on our socials. Every social media channel that we are on, we provide links in every podcast episode description. So there is no way that you can't find us. And we provide Q&As and polls at the end of every episode because we want to talk and we want to talk with you. So having said that, we wish you guys the most happiest of holidays, the best Christmas, all the blessings for the new year. This is our last episode of 2023. I feel a little bit emotional. We'll be back early next year. We are going to take a bit of a hiatus, but we'll be back new and improved for a new season for you guys.
Absolutely. And we have some exciting things happening in 2024. So definitely stay tuned. So with that being said, I guess this is the end of 12 Pods of Christmas, Krista.
I know. I'll see you next year.
Aw, see you next year.
Bye.